Welcome to Larry's Topics. Today we're going to discuss and explain, how do you put it? Everybody gets Star Wars wrong. And I'm not talking about the last three movies. I'm not even touching those. Those are crap. And don't get me started on that. See, people sit there and are now saying George Lucas ruined the franchise. No, he didn't. What people don't understand, and he says it in multiple interviews, unless you're hardcore Star Wars fans, he started Star Wars from the middle. Okay? And the reason we don't get much time with the character Darth Vader is he was just supposed to be a side character. In fact, he wasn't supposed to really be anything. But when people saw him and heard him speak, the cool armor and mechanics he's wearing, and his cool red lightsaber, and his awesome voice, and cool sounding breath, caused a huge uproar. Right? So, George Lucas figured, wow, this is a popular character. I'll have to add on with him. So he did. And people sit there and say, the Jedi are evil, the Sith are evil. They both have their points, and they're both at fault. Because what the Force wants, and it's trying to tell them, but they're so in tune with everything else going on, they're not really listening to the Force. The Force wants balance. It wants peace and harmony. It doesn't want the dark side to win. It doesn't want the light side to win. It wants balance. And what I mean by that is people don't think of it. Look at the yin and the yang. I know everyone knows what that is. Everyone's seen it. It's the little black and white swirly design with the little black dot in the white side and the little white dot in the black side. And what those mean is the white with the black means no matter how much light there is, there will always be darkness. And what the black side means, no matter how much darkness there is, there will always be light. But what people don't focus on is that spot in the middle. In necklaces, sometimes they don't do it. Other times they put the little line in the middle. And that's the balance. You have to, the Jedi are wrong and the Sith are wrong. The Sith mostly focus on power and control. Their way and forcing people to behave themselves the way they should. Well, the way they deem fit. The Jedi are wrong because they're trying to take people and waver them from their emotions so that they will never be what makes them a person. So they don't want them to fall in love. They don't want them to have a relationship. They have to be emotionally detached from the world to have what they consider perfect balance with the Force. They achieve a form of balance, and it's usually when they become those Force ghosts, and that they know the answers by now, but they can't tell anyone because they're pretty much being kept quiet by the Force. They want us to figure it out. But if a Jedi master would take after completing his learning as a master, were to step down and broaden his horizon and study the dark side of the Force, get a better understanding of it, get more in tune with it. Boom, dude, you got the perfect balance. Because if you can master both, that's the ultimate balance. Because you are neither good nor evil. You are balanced. Just the dark side of the Force is so strong, most people that study it get corrupt by it and start doing what it wants. But the light side, they want you to remove your emotions so you can just be light. No. To be a true Jedi, you have to be able to be both. When I heard mention of the gray Jedi, I thought that would be the perfect Jedi, the ultimate Jedi. Because they wouldn't have they would have mastered both. Because once you have control over both, you have perfect balance. It wants people to protect themselves and be evil when they need to be, while being true to the love and compassion of good nature, I mean, not to be cheesy, but the perfect balance out there, honestly, we've had them for years. They're in things called comic books. The OG Superman, Batman, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, all of them. Yeah, they've done some bad stuff. Superman's killed people quite a few times. In the animated series, in one of the animated movies, he incinerated a whole army of Doomsdays with heat vision. Yeah, they weren't as strong as Doomsday, but they were strong enough, and he took them out. Some would say that's a evil thing, but also it's a good thing because he saved the Amazonians. See, like I said, all the comic book superheroes out there, they've killed people. They have. They've done drugs. They've done some bad stuff. And then and we still cheer for them because it's their moment of stumbling, their moment of falling. It's what makes them human people. Jor-El said it right in Man of Steel. You are a bridge to both worlds. You are a beacon of hope. People will follow you. They may waver, they may stumble, they may fall, but eventually they will join you in the sun. Everybody makes mistakes. We're all capable of evil stuff. So are the Jedi, so are the Sith. But we can learn from our mistakes. Honestly, if you would have thought about it, had Darth Vader lived afterwards and Luke had managed to save him, which I know he was most likely strong enough to do it, and re- was able to repair his father's armor with new circuitry in that and save his father, guess what? He would have been a true Jedi master because he knows how to use both the light and dark side of the Force. But they killed him off. If he would have survived, he could have taught a whole generation and more the true meaning of the Force, which is balance. Embrace your evil side, embrace your good side. You cannot be yourself without the other. The yin and the yang. If the Jedi had realized this and the Sith had realized it and hadn't been so selfish, there would be no more wars in the galaxy. Because the Jedi and the Sith wouldn't exist. They would be... Okay, maybe the Jedi Gray would exist. Or whatever, Opal, whatever, Perfect combination, Perfect balance. But that's where the Jedi falter. And back to the subject of George Lucas, defending George Lucas, and how jumped around the stories are, and that is people, again, don't realize it. As far as I know, other than the 3 follow-up, no, I think he even winged it with those 3. Star Wars was the original first completed script. I think he was halfway done with Empire Strikes Back. He was still working on it when they started filming that. And there were so many setbacks and script problems with Return of the Jedi. I think he was in the middle of writing that while filming it, if I remember correctly. Other than Star Wars, all the others, he had to wing it. He had to think with this stuff on the seat of his pants. He's hanging on by a thread, writing out these stories. But that you should credit his genius. Because, yeah, the stories jumble around and do not make sense at certain points in that. But you're not looking at it as what it is. This is a man who pushed pretty much, other than the first one, all the others he worked on and wrote while filming. Half the script was done, and that's why there's so many different changes in that. And the fact that he was able to get a whole story out of those 6 was perfect. Everyone couldn't handle the fact of the midichlorians. Well, people were sitting there complaining about the fact that he didn't explain how the Force works. So he thought of the only logical thing, scientific thing. It's a harmonious bacteria or enzyme or little bugs that live in your blood. The more you have, the more you're able to tap into the Force and use it to do stuff for you. It's the force of life. It's the energy of the universe. A lot of people kept asking, well, how can Jedi do that? How can they do that? So, while being hounded that and writing Phantom Menace, he went through, I'm sorry, I'll give him credit. Yeah, I give him credit. He was sick of well, why can they do that? Why can they do that? So he came up with what he figured was a justified answer. And then people, oh, that's stupid, that's stupid. No, that's a man thinking of crap by the seat of his pants while being hounded. Well, why can they do this? Why can they do that? Why? I need to know. And he gave in. And then, because it wasn't an answer they wanted, they judged him for it. He is a genius. He made a multi-billion-dollar franchise just from writing stories and making them into movies. And the fact that people cannot respect his genius at the fact that most of the stuff wasn't done while he started filming these movies. He wasn't done with the stories, and he managed to finish them, to complete them. That's just genius. That's saying you work better under pressure. Yeah, it's not what people wanted, but you can't please everyone. You can't. Millions of people loved Man of Steel. Millions of them hated it. Millions of people love Spider-Man Homecoming. Millions of people hate it. There are plenty of flaws with that movie. Even I have against it. But stop. The man is a genius. I think a lot of the people that don't like Star Wars, other than not being into science fiction, that group, is they're just jealous because he was able to make billions of dollars. And yeah, it was stupid him selling it to Disney because all they saw it as was a cash crop. Guess what? He did it all. He made his own studios. He made billions of dollars off it. And that's better than most people, so leave the man alone. Does he regret selling it to Disney? Yeah. Because now he sees all it was a cash crop. And that's what Disney's doing. They don't care about any franchises or anything like that. They don't care about Luke. They don't care about Darth Vader. They don't care about any of it. We got to make a new baddie so we can make more money. How can we get more money out of this? They're trying to be a global power in the entertainment business. Stop thinking about it. A lot of the merchandise people buy and clothes and that, you can't tell me you don't have at least 5, 6 different things in your house that don't have something to do with Disney, if not more. But that's Larry's Topics. Have a good day.